And welcome back inside Judson University for Game 2 here on Championship Sunday for the I-90 Invitational Tournament. We just watched the Huntley Red Raiders beat the BRW Blast 9-3. And now we have our next game, the Melrose Park Devils playing the Grayslake Pride for a chance to compete in the semifinal games. The Red Raiders already punching their ticket to get one step closer to playing in the championship for the second year in a row. Pride and Devils set to begin here in the top of the first. An 0-2 early count here for the Pride. Grace Hoka, number 1, will be pitching for Grayslake to start it off. And Alessandra, number 22, for the Devils will be the leadoff hitter. The Devils had a tough time yesterday, losing both of their games against the Heat and the Huntley Red Raiders. As Hoka will get the pitch there, wide left on the zone. That'll make it a 1-2 count for Alessandra. Devils looking to get to an early start here in this one. Rainy day here at Judson University. Colder than usual. As that pitch will be wide for ball 2. 2-2 counts for Alessandra. Hoka will set up for the pitch. That'll get strike 3 and the first strikeout here for Hoker and the Grayslake Pride. Grace Hoker, number 1. Next hitter up for the Devils, Madeline. Melrose Park, the away team in this game, as that'll be a good pitch for strike 1 to make it an early 0-1 count. Good pitching so far for Hoker. Second batter up for the Devils. Grace, another pitch. That one will get her swinging there. Early 0-2 count. Devils looking to avoid their second out. Pride looking to get some momentum early in the top of the first. Another pitch from Hoker will be low for ball 1. 1-2 count for the second hitter up for Melrose Park. Grace Hoker, number 1, with an early strikeout in this one, looking for her second. That pitch wide inside. That'll make it an even 2-2 count. Melrose Park looking for their first base runner out there in the top of the first. Madeline, the pitch from Hoker. That'll be down the middle for strikeout number 2. Back-to-back strong pitching from Hoker, and that'll get the second out early in the first. Grayslake off to a great start here against Melrose Park. 2 gone in the first. Pitch here for the Pride, that one high over the net. That'll be fouled for strike number 1. Greta Lupfer up now for the Devils, number 3. As 2 runners already out from the great pitching of Hoker. Grace the pitch. That one a little low in the dirt. Make it an even 1-1 count. Melrose Park 0-2 yesterday, looking for a big win here in the final day of the I-90 tournament, as that will be foul ball for Lupfer. 1-2 count with 2 gone, and the Pride looking to retire the side early here in the first. Hoker will set up once again. Grace the pitch. Low there, and that'll make it even 2-2. Way to battle in the zone there for Greta Lupfer. Hoker the pitch. Right through the gap, and that'll get down into center field for the first base hit. Greta Lupfer will be safe over at first for the Melrose Park Devils. And the first runner out there for Melrose Park. Lupfer will wait. And Olivia Gall will be up to bat for the Devils. Hoker with quick 2 early outs. Now allows a base runner for the Devils. One-0 count here for Gall. 2 gone in the first. The Pride with another pitch. That one in the zone to get strike 1. 1-1 count with runner over at first. Gall will take another pitch from Hoker. Got her swinging. That'll get strike 2. And the Pride in a similar situation once again with a 1-2 count against another Devils hitter. Lupfer at first, Gall up to bat. That one high there to make it 2-2. Melrose Park already a base runner out there, looking to add one more here with Gall to join Lupfer. Hoker the pitch, got Gall swinging, and that'll get out number 3. 4 runners up and 3 quick outs for the Pride, shutting out the Devils early on in the first, as we'll get our first look at the Grayslake top of the order. Good pitching from Grace Hoker to start it off for the Pride, as Melrose Park held scoreless to start this one. And they'll get their first look at the top of the order for the Pride. We want to remind you about Tom the Plumber, Inc. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. Back here at Judson University, scoreless top of the first for the Grayslake Pride and the Melrose Park Devils. Second game here today on Championship Sunday. Grayslake Pride now up to bat, and it looks like they'll be facing Olivia Gall for the Devils. Gall will be on the mound to start the game for Melrose Park. One of the great pitchers on this Melrose Park team. We've seen McDaniel and Morton, and now we'll get a look at Gall for the Devils. And it looks like Rogers will lead us off for the Pride. Grayslake trying to strike first in this much-needed first game here between these two teams. Kendall Rogers, leadoff hitter for the Pride, and she'll get her first look today at Olivia Gall on the pitcher's mound, getting some warm-up pitches in right now. Nick Martinez in the booth for the Beacon Academy. Great camera work from our crew here. Always do a great job every year to make this a fun event to do. Still have a couple games left to decide the winner of the 2023 I-90 Invitational Tournament. Huntley, one of the teams playing in the semifinal games. As Rogers will pop that over towards second, and that'll be a quick first out for the Pride. Good first pitch there from Gall, and good response from the infield play of the Devils. Brenna Dalton, number 22, up to bat for the Devils. Make that the Pride, as that one's a foul ball over towards the net. Early 0-1 count for Dalton. Quick first out for the Pride. Still scoreless in this game are both teams, as Dalton will take the high pitch there from Gall. Evens it at a 1-1 count. Pride trying to strike first in this game. Trying to get a base runner on. That'll get strike two. Dalton in a 1-2 hole. One already gone for the Devils. Dalton fouls that one back to keep it at a 1-2 count. Brenna Dalton battling hard against Olivia Gall. First time we're seeing the pitching from Melrose Park here in this early game. Dalton, strong strike up to center field, and that'll be a base hit for Grayslake Pride. First base hit of the game, and a good way to start as Sophia Telez now up to bat for Grayslake. Look to be the second base runner out there for the Pride, as Brenna Dalton will wait at first, and Gall will give us another pitch. That one high in the zone. Runners will stay over at first. 1-0 count, one gone. Pop fly over towards second. Gave us the first out against the Pride, as that one fouled back for Telez. 1-1 count early for Telez. Bottom of the first, still no runs in this game. Grayslake Pride facing off against the Melrose Park Devils, as that stolen base will go to Dalton. Brenna Dalton advances to second off the second strike from Gall. Sophia Telez will face the 1-1 pitch, 1-2 pitch from Olivia Gall, as that one fouled high over the net. That'll make it stay at a 1-2 count. One gone. Grayslake, one runner out over at second. Dalton will wait. That'll be a foul over into left. Back-to-back foul balls here from Telez. Stays at a 1-2 count. Good pitching early on from both teams. Hoker and Gall still not allowing any runs to be scored so far in this one. Gall will reset. Dalton still at second for the Pride, as that one cracked high over into left field once again. 3 straight foul balls for Telez. Trying to get the early contact hits, staying in a tight battle with Gall in the zone. And Telez will head once again to the batter's box to become the second base runner out there for Grayslake. Gall will set up for the Devils. Telez finally gets a hit deep into left, and the Pride will hold off at third to make 2 runners across the diamond over at first and third. Grayslake with an early strike against Melrose Park. 1 gone and 2 runners out there for the Pride. Dalton and Telez at first and third. And that'll send Tanner Ludwig up to bat for the Pride. That one high in the zone, and Telez will advance to second. 2 runners now in scoring position for Grayslake. Melrose Park still only giving 1 out to the Pride team, as Ludwig, a good eye once again to make it a 2-0 count. The pitch from Gall, that one's strong over the net for another left field foul ball. Make it a 2-1 count. Ludwig has 2 of her teammates in scoring position. Looking to be the first team to score is the Grayslake Pride. As Gall, another pitch. That one wide to make it a 3-1 count. Potential to load the bases here early on in the game, in the bottom of the first for the Grayslake Pride. Gall, a big pitch here for Melrose Park. That one's strong into left field. That'll get down towards the wall. 2 runners will score for Melrose Park. Make that Grayslake. And Ludwig with a double early on to make it a 2-run lead for Grayslake, and the Pride will score off the RBI double. Good strong start here for the Pride. Ludwig, much needed hit for Grayslake. All a high pitch in the zone. Tanner will wait at second. Still only 1 gone in the bottom of the first. That one low, and that'll be an automatic walk over to first. And Cameron Marshall will join Tanner Ludwig on base. Pitcher Grace Hoker now up to bat for the Pride. 1 gone, 2 runners out there once again for the Pride. 2 runners have already scored in the bottom of the first for Grayslake. That one high, and runners will advance to second and third. More runners in scoring position as Rogers and Ludwig wait at second and third. Let's see what Hoker will get from Gall. That one's strong over towards center, and the catch will be made. Runners will tag, and the sac fly will lead to another run scored for Grayslake, making 3 runs now in the first inning. The Pride striking first in this game against the Devils. Hoker with the strong hit in the center field will send Ludwig in to score and make it a 3-run lead for the Pride. Gall, another pitch. That one high for ball 1, and a good eye there for the Pride. One 0 count, 2 gone now for Grayslake as Rogers will wait over at third. Only runner out there for Grayslake. Gall in the Devils, giving up 3 runs early on to the Pride, as that pitch will be low for ball 3. Plenty to work with. 2 gone in the first for the Pride, and a 3-0 pitch coming from Olivia Gall. That one's strong, fair over to Gall at the mound, and the throw will be made in time to retire the side for the Pride. 3 runs scored for Grayslake as they jump out to an early lead in this game. Melrose Park hasn't found the answer against Grayslake. And an early action in this one. We want to remind you about Daryl Barnes Photography. This break sponsored by Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports team photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com. Pride hold on to an early lead in this second game here today on Championship Sunday for the I-90 Invitational Tournament. Melrose Park up to bat for the second time in this game. Regan McDaniel will lead it off for the Devils. Devils down by 3 runs early on in this game. Pride struck first with getting a ton of base hits and runners in scoring position. Scoring almost all of the time for the Pride as the Devils look to answer here in the top of the second in an early deficit, down by 3. Looks like it'll be Grace Hoker once again on the pitcher's mound for Grayslake. Not allowing a run in the first inning. Will look to continue another shutout against this Melrose Park team. And the Devils looking to score for the first time in this one. McDaniel will lead us off. And Hoker will face one of the pitchers on this Devils team. Saw McDaniel yesterday pitching against Homer Heat. And now she'll get her first look at Hoker in this game. Foul ball to start it off. That'll be strike one for McDaniel. Good pitching early on for Hoker. Really set the tone for this Pride team. As Grace and Grayslake will set up once again for the 0-1 pitch. That one's strong and foul once again. Back-to-back foul balls for McDaniel. 0-2 counts. Hoker looking to get another strikeout in the top of the second. McDaniel will load in the batter's box once again to face Hoker. That one low in the dirt. Good eye from McDaniel. And Hoker giving up her first ball in the second inning. That one's strong, and another foul ball for McDaniel. Good fight in the box from McDaniel, trying to keep up with the strong pitching of Hoker. Second straight inning for the starter, Grace Hoker. Good eye there, and that'll be ball two. Even 2-2 counts for the leadoff hitter, McDaniel. Hoker the pitch. High there, and that'll make it a full count. Way to work as McDaniel staying in the batter's box and putting up a great fight against Grace Hoker. Big pitch for both teams coming up. Strong for McDaniel. That'll get over deep into center field. And a leadoff double for McDaniel. What a way to start for Melrose Park. And the Devils, an early response in the top of the second against the strong pitching of Hoker. Good way to respond. McDaniel, the pitcher, getting a double to lead it off here early in the second. Morton on deck. And number 29, Bella, for the Devils, got swinging there on the pitch from Grace Hoker. Hoker giving up her first double in this game. McDaniel will run to third in the advance for the Devils. And now a runner deep into scoring position for Melrose Park. High pitch there from Hoker leads to the McDaniel advance. Got her swing in there. That'll be strike two. 1-2 count, still none gone for the Devils. Grayslake looking for the first out here in the top of the second. That'll be strikeout number one in the second for Grace Hoker. Another strikeout for Grace in this game, and that'll bring up Penny Morton to bat next up for the Devils. Melrose Park still has a runner over at third in McDaniel. As that one high for Morton. Penny trying to send Regan home and look to get the Devils on the board for the first time in this one. Hoker another pitch. That one down the middle to get a 1-1 count with one gone in the top of the second. Hoker the 1-1 pitch. That one low inside. And a good try there from the Pride. Cameron Marshall, the catcher, almost getting the out there over at third. But McDaniel will stay and wait to see if she'll get sent home by Penny Morton. 2-1 pitch from Hoker. That'll be strike two. Got Morton swinging. Another good pitch from Grace as the Pride looking to give their second out in the top of the second. That one's strong for Morton. That'll head over towards second, and that'll be out number two.
Now then, number 19, over 9.
Ava Dine coming up for the Devils, number 19. 2 gone in the top of the second. Melrose Park still down by 3 runs as Grayslake trying to keep their lead, as a good pitch there from Hoker will get Dine swinging. 0-1 counts. Hoker another pitch, back-to-back strikes, and looking for another strikeout in this inning to retire the side and to send the Grayslake Pride up to bat once again in this game. That one low. McDaniel's gonna try for home, and she'll get there in enough time. Put a run on the board for the Devils, and McDaniel finally comes home to get the first run of the day for the Melrose Park Devils. Cuts the lead to 2. And good base running for Regan McDaniel, number 00. Scores 1 in the top of the second. 1-2 pitch here coming for Hoker. Got her swinging, and that'll be out number 3. Good pitch there from Hoker to only allow 1 run to the Melrose Park Devils. Make it now a 3-1 game through 1.5 innings. Great play from the Devils to respond. We want to remind you about Custom Heating and Cooling for all of your heating or cooling needs. Count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. Devils and Pride in a tight battle here on our second game of this final day of the I-90 Invitational Tournament here at Judson University, home of the Golden Eagles. We're in a 3-1 game here as the Pride now up to bat. Number 28, Ruby for the Devils will lead us off here, as Olivia Gall will stay on the pitcher's mound. 2 straight innings on the mound for the Devils. Gave up 3 runs to the Pride in the first. Looking to shut them out here in the second, bottom of the second, to make it stay at a 2-run lead, a 2-run deficit for the Devils. Grayslake up to bat here in the bottom of the second. 3-1 score in this one so far. Both teams having their answers and responding. And we shall see how Grayslake responds in the bottom of the second. Gall to pitch once again. And Ruby will lead it off for Grayslake and the Pride. Gall getting her team ready as we head to the bottom of the second in a 3-1 game. Gall to pitch. That'll be a fair hit, and that'll be a base runner for the Pride. Over at first, Ruby will wait. And that'll set up pins to hit for the Pride. 1 runner out there for Grayslake. Another base runner on the day for the Pride. That one's strong. That'll be fair. Over into right field. Runners advancing to seconds. And the throw to home, not in time. Safe at home. Ruby will score another run and grow the lead to 3. Grayslake off to an early start here in the bottom of the second. Double here from Hins. RBI double to send in another run to make it a 4-1 game. Good pitch there from Gall. McKenna Weaver now up to bat, number 16 for the Pride, getting her first look at Gall. That one's strong. That'll get down into center. Runners will score for the Pride once again. And that'll be a double for McKenna Weaver. Make that a triple. The dive in time to be safe over at third. Weaver with a big hit to put in another run for the Pride and make it 5-1 in this one. Strong start for the Pride. Grayslake with a lead. Have led the entire way. 3 runs in the first, now 2 in the second, with none gone and a runner at third for the Pride. That one will be strong and fair ball for the Pride. Another run on the board in the second. 3 runs scored in back-to-back innings for Grayslake. Now 6-1. As Abisino will wait over at first. And the next batter up for the Pride. Mishandled catch there, and that'll lead to a stolen base over at second for the Pride. Rogers up to bat for Grayslake. That one high, and that'll be ball 2. Olivia Gall, back-to-back balls to make it a 2-0 count against Rogers. Foul tip there for Kendall. Runners will stay at second. Rogers will reset. And Gall will throw the 2-1 pitch. That'll be strike 2 to make it an even 2-2 count. Olivia Gall working the count back to make it even, looking for her first strikeouts of the second. That'll get over towards second. The throw not in time. And another base hit for the Pride. Make it 2 runners now across the diamond at third and first. As Brenna Dalton now hit up to hits once again for Grayslake. 2 runners out there, none gone in the bottom of the second. Already 3 runs scored once again. The pitch from Paul is down the middle to get another strike. And runners will advance. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Dalton will face another Gall pitch. That one's strong over towards first, and that'll be safe. Over at first, another base hit for the Pride and another run to score. RBI single for Dalton. And the lead now grows to 6. 4 runs now scored in the second for Grayslake and the Pride. Melrose Park only down 2 runs to start the second. Now down by 6 as the Devils will talk it over at the pitcher's mound. Good hit there from Dalton to bat in another run, an RBI single for Brenna Dalton. Runner also at third for the Pride. And it looks like the Devils talk things over And Sophia Telez, number 11, now up to bat for the Pride and Grayslake once again. 7-1 game. It's been the Pride's inning so far. That one's strong, and Telez will foul that one deep into left, hitting the fire hydrant over there. The accuracy from Sophia Telez. Rogers over at third, Dalton at first for the Pride. Back-to-back foul balls for Telez. Still none gone in the bottom of the second for the Pride. Plenty to work with as Telez trying to send another run in for the Pride. That one high, strong for Telez. Over into left, that'll get down for another base hit. RBI single once again from Grayslake, and Rogers tags home plate to get the 8th run of the day, 5th of the second inning for Grayslake. And Telez and Dalton will now wait at first and second, as Gall will send that one over to Ludwig, and she'll hit that deep into left to load the bases for Grayslake. Cameron Marshall with the setup of a lifetime with no outs, bases loaded, 5 runs scored, looking to add some more and grow the lead for the Pride as they lead it by 7 in the bottom of the second. Wild pitch, Dalton the run in time, and she'll tag home plate to make it 9 runs now on the day, 6 in just the second alone. What a performance we're seeing from the Pride. Runners at second and third. Marshall high in the center field, and the catch will be made as Dalton tags third and will dive to home plate. Make that 2 runners to score as Ludwig will tag as well. An eruption in the second inning. 8 runs now scored in the bottom of the second, 11 runs on the day to make it a double-digit lead for the Pride. Melrose Park hasn't found the answer against this electric Pride team. And speaking of electric, Grace Hoker, the pitcher, now up to bat. That one low and a good eye there from number 1 Hoker. Gall giving up 8 runs in this second inning. Lead up to 10 now for the Pride, and back-to-back balls thrown from Gall. Just an impressive performance all around for Grayslake. Grew the lead in the first, scored 3 runs, and haven't looked back. Only allowing 1 run in the game to the Devils, and Grayslake trying to get another base hit and send another runner out there in Hoker. 3-1 counts. 1 gone for the Pride. That one's strong over towards second. The throw is not in time. Correction, that will be called out. Second out for the Pride. Good throw in time made by the Melrose Park Devils. Shortstop making the play for Melrose Park to get the second out. Much needed play for the Devils. Want to get out of this second inning badly. Gall another pitch. That'll be strike 1 to make it an 0-1 count. Devils sticking with Gall in back-to-back innings. High pitch there and a good eye from the Pride 2 gone and an 0-1 count. Got her swinging there. Foul tip, and that'll be an 0-2 count for Hintz. Gall will load up once again. Got her swinging, and that'll be a strikeout for Olivia Gall. Good pitching there to close out the second inning. But the Pride holding on to the lead once again through 2 innings, making it a double-digit 10-run lead. And the Pride haven't stopped scoring runs in this game. Special thanks to the Bear family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 35 area locations today. Thank you to the Bear family, one of our great sponsors here at the Beacon Academy. One of our sponsors here for the I-90 tournament here at Judson University. Cold day in Elgin, Illinois. Had 2 great days to start. This is quite the opposite as it started out cold and rainy. Rain has gone away, just staying with the cold air. The cold air hasn't stopped the hot play from the Grayslake Pride. 10-run lead to start the 3rd inning. It's been nothing but runs on the board for the Pride. Melrose Park started the 2nd inning off strong, scoring their only run of the game. But Grayslake scoring 8 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. One of the highest run totals in a single half inning we've seen in this tournament. Pride in control and looking to compete later today for the championship. We had Huntley winning their game earlier today in our first game to advance to the semifinal game. They'll look to play for their 2nd championship trip in a row, losing to the Sluggers last year 3-2. And they'll be one of the hot teams to compete for the title. Grayslake definitely looking like one of these teams to take first place with this performance, with 11 runs through 2 innings. The pitch to start will be a strike for Brenna Dalton, replacing Grace Hoker on the pitcher's mound. First look, we're seeing Dalton, and that's a strong start. Back-to-back strikes will make it an 0-2 count. That one's strong, fouled back for the Devils and Anya Bourne. The pitch for the Pride will get strikeout number 1 of the game for Brenna Dalton. The sub coming in and making an impact to send the leadoff hitter back to the dugout and get the first out of the 3rd inning. That one inside against Alessandra. Number 22 for the Blue. That one low, close to hitting the feet of Alessandra. And Dalton will get her first ball of the trip for Alessandra. Pride still a commanding lead in this one. Lead it by 10 runs. Devils only run of the game scored last inning. At that point, they were only down by 2 runs. But Grayslake had the answer as the 3-1 pitch set to be thrown from Dalton. Brenna Dalton coming in for her first inning of pitching. That'll be off for ball number 4 to get over to first for the Devils. First runner out there in the top of the 3rd. Madeline, number 6, coming up for the Devils. Alessandra will wait over at first with one gone. Throw not in time. As Melrose Park down by 10 runs. The 0-1 pitch from Dalton. High in the zone there to make it an even 1-1 count. Right down the middle for Dalton, and that'll get strike 2. Looking for her second strikeout in the top of the third. That one high, and a good eye from Madeline to even the count at 2 apiece. That one's strong over towards right field, and the catch will be made to get out number 2. Great play from this Pride defense, looking to shut out the Devils for the second inning here today. Some good pitching from Dalton. That one wide. Dalton coming in for Hoker. Hoker only allowing 1 run in the first 2 innings. Dalton not giving up one yet so far in the top of the third. 2-0 counts, 2 gone. As the Pride still holding on to a commanding lead, as Dalton will get strike 1 to make it a 2-1 count. Runner at first for the Devils, and another strikeout for Dalton. Could be brewing, as Dalton gets strike number 2. That one low there to make it a full count. Greta Lupfer up once again for the Devils, the batter for Melrose Park. As Dalton, the full count pitch, strong up to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Lupfer splits the gap, and that'll be another runner out there for the Devils. Pitcher Olivia Gall now up to bat with McDaniel on deck for Melrose Park. 2 gone in the top of the third. 2 runners out there. Melrose Park making an effort to cut into this 10-run lead that the Pride hold on to, as Gall swings and misses on that one to get strike 1 for this trip. Dalton, first inning of pitching. That one's strong, high over to first. That'll be a foul ball for strike number 2. Catch not made in time to get the third out. But an 0-2 hole faced for Gall, as Dalton looking to get another strikeout. That one's strong. Gall will get that down into left center. That'll go towards the back wall and make it a double for Gall, and 2 runners to score for Melrose Park. Good strong hit there for the pitcher, Olivia Gall. Make it 3 runs now for Melrose Park. Good way to respond after an 8-run inning for Grayslake. And Regan McDaniel was the runner to score in the second inning. Now up to bat once again to make it back-to-back innings on base. 1 runner currently over at second for the Devils. 2 gone, and Dalton now allowing 2 runs and a couple base hits, as runners will advance for Bourne and the Melrose Park Devils. Over at third base, 2 gone. McDaniel faces a 1-0 pitch from Brenna Dalton. 2 runs allowed for Dalton. That one high and ball 2. McDaniel. Got her for the check swing. That'll be strike 1 to make it a 2-1 count. Big at bat for both teams. Pride don't want to give any more runs to this strong Melrose Park team, as that'll be an easy out, number 3, to end the top of the 3rd. Highest scoring inning for Melrose Park, but not enough to make a dent in this 8-run lead for the Grayslake Pride. Good pitching from Dalton to come in for Grace Hoker in the top of the 3rd. Melrose Park still down by 8 runs, cut into the lead a little bit, but Grayslake still having the lead in this one. Want to remind you about custom heating and cooling for all of your heating or cooling needs. Count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant's, whatever it takes. Back here at Judson University, 11 runs on the board for the Grayslake Pride. 8 runs in their last trip up at bats. 3 runs scored in the first to give them their total. 3 runs combined in the last 2 innings for the Melrose Park Devils. That's been the story in this one. Grayslake Pride, back-to-back high-scoring innings. We'll look to make it 3 in a row, as Ruby, number 28 for the Pride, will lead Grayslake off. Looks like Melrose Park will stick with Olivia Gall pitching on the mound for the 3rd straight inning. Melrose Park, a lot of work to do in this game. Looking to shut out the Pride for the first time in this game. One of the highest scoring totals we've seen in this tournament. 11 runs on the board and only just 2 innings played for Grayslake. Potential to grow the lead even more and to grow it back to a double-digit one, as the lead currently sits at 8 runs for the Pride, and Gall will set up to pitch to Ruby once again in our second game here on Championship Sunday. Pitch from Gall, high in the zone. That'll get ball 1. Olivia Gall, 3rd inning of pitching in this game. One of the many pitchers on this Melrose Park team, as that'll be a foul ball for strike 1. Make it a 1-1 even counts for Ruby and the Pride. Bottom of the 3rd. Leadoff hitter for the currently leading Pride. That one low in the zone to get ball 2. Pride looking like one of the stronger teams to compete later today for the championship. That one's strong. That'll split the gap and get into left field. And it looks like the Pride will get another single in this game, as Callie Hins will step up to bat and look to send Ruby further in scoring position. Hins, another one of the strong hitters on this team, got on base a couple times in this game. Shows bunt. That'll be a fair hit. The throw is not in time. Runners advancing once again for the Pride to score another run. Make that a triple for Callie Hins, and make that now 12 runs scored in the game. 3 straight innings putting up a run in this one for Grayslake. Pitch from Gall. Inside that time. McKenna Weaver up to bat for the Pride. 1 run already scored in the bottom of the 3rd. Melrose Park looking to stop any more runs to be scored for this red hot Pride team. Weaver will take the pitch from Gall, that one high. Only runner out there over at 3rd is Hens. Hens with a triple to bat in another RBI. That one's strong. Going deep into left, and the catch will be made for the first outs. And a sac fly there for the Pride. Good hit, strong hit there for McKenna Weaver to send Callie Hens in to grow the lead back to 10. Sac fly over into left field will get the first out of the game in the bottom of the 3rd. Gall another pitch. That'll get strike 1. Abby Sino up to bat for the Pride. Grayslake, another strong inning of scoring runs. That one will be batted over to Gall at the pitcher's mound, and the easy play for out number 2. Good response for the Devils. Rogers, Kendall Rogers now up to hit for the Pride. Devils scored 2 runs in the top of the 3rd, and the Pride currently scoring 2 runs of their own. That one's strong, going deep into left, and that'll get down towards the back wall. A double trying for a triple, but Rogers will now try for the triple. Wild throw over to right field. And Rogers, another impressive at-bats. And she'll wait over at 3rd with a strong hit over into left field. All the way to the back wall, and now Dalton will now be up to bat. Brenna Dalton, second pitcher we saw for the Pride. And now she'll look to be at bat once again. That one's strong, fouled into left field territory. That'll be strike 1. 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 runs already scored for the Pride. Looking to add on some more as Rogers waits at 3rd. That one high to make it a 2-1 count. Dalton, a good eye once again. That one's strong. Right up center field. And an RBI single for Dalton. That'll send Rogers home. Make that an 11-run lead now for the Pride. 14 runs in a single game. 3 runs once again scored. Did it in the 1st and now have done it in the 3rd. As Abby Sino will sub in for Dalton at 1st. That one high over into foul territory for Tellez. Knocked back for strike 1. Grayslake putting up a minimum of 3 runs per inning. As that pitch will send Sino over to second. Grayslake Another runner in scoring position. That one's strong for Tellez, going deep, and that'll get towards the back wall. And a double for Tellez will send another run in for the Pride. Abisino will tag home plate to make it the largest lead of the game at 12 runs, 15 runs. And it looks like that last run will end the game. What a performance from Grayslake. What a performance from the Pride, as the highest scoring total of the tournament makes this an easy win for the Pride against the Melrose Park Devils. Grayslake getting a much needed win on the final day of the I-90 Invitational Tournament here at Judson University. Another great game of softball. A couple more left here on this Sunday. Nick Martinez in the booth with the Beacon Academy. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with another game in just a moment here at Judson University.